Once upon a time, Gautam Buddha reached the state of Magd with his disciples. He decided to stay there for some days. When the residents of the state came to know that Gautam Buddha and his disciples were in their town, they started visiting to see him. They also started bringing different kinds of gifts for Gautam Buddha. At a time, Gautam Buddha was sitting with his disciples, and different people were coming to see him and gifting him many expensive gifts. Gautam Buddha was accepting gifts and distributed among the poor people. The great king Bimbisara also came to see Buddha, and he was the first to offer incredible gifts like precious jewels, gold coins, ornaments, and large quantity of foods. Prince Ajatashatru followed with gifts that were equally valuable and precious. Buddha was sitting with his disciples and accepting gifts by the gesture of raising one hand up. Some other rich citizens and merchants also came to see Buddha with many expensive gifts. Gautam Buddha again received them with the gesture of raising one hand up. Many kings, rich citizens, and merchants presented gifts to Buddha. He accepted them all with gesture of raising one hand up. After all the kings were done giving their offerings, an old, rough-looking woman arrived there. She was hesitating to come to the front and was hiding something in her hands. When Buddha saw her hesitating, he asked her, "Mother, why are you hesitating? And what are you trying to hide behind your hands?" The old woman greeted Buddha and said, "Oh, I heard about your visit to the town today. I am a poor woman and I have nothing. I was eating this pomegranate and had only eaten half. I have nothing else to give. So I brought along my half-eaten pomegranate. My lord, I hope you will accept this because I have nothing else to give you." Gautam Buddha stood up, extended both of his hands to receive the half-eaten pomegranate and accept it with respect and grace. This act of Buddha astonished everyone present there. Some of the kings even felt offended, but they were reluctant to ask Buddha about it. One of the kings approached Buddha and asked respectfully, "My lord, why did you receive her gift with both hands and all of our expensive gifts only by the gesture of raising one hand? It was only half a pomegranate, and that too was half eaten. Her gift was nothing in comparison to ours. What was special in her gift that you stood up and received it with both hands?" Gautam Buddha smiled and replied gently, "My dear friend, you and all other rich merchants gave me very expensive gifts indeed, but none of you gave even 10% of what you have. And even after you gave, your motive was also to gain more glory rather than charity. This woman gave all that she had, and in return she did not expect any glory. Her intentions were so big-hearted. I definitely needed to receive such a noble offering with both of my hands. For me, her gift was nobler than all the kings, and other rich merchants of the town were ashamed. Now their ego of being rich and superior was shattered to pieces. They came to understand that being rich and wealthy does not make any superior to others, but the purity of your intentions is what matters more than the magnitude of your actions. We have seen in our lives that sometimes people wish that if they had more money, they could do more charity, but they forget that charity does not depend upon the magnitude of your donation, but it depends upon the purity of your intention.